I was telling you before I got cut off that the fro was out of control. I need to pick my afro, daddy, because it's flat on one or two sides. I'm really, really serious though, because this is an extraordinary story. So let's get into it. Right now, I am on B as in boy, V as in victory, bvblackspin.com. If you have an opportunity to go to the story, you can go there. Hellas in it, hella, Hellas in it. I mixed her name with the name of the town. She might claim the town after this is all over, so maybe I'm speaking that into existence. I don't do edits. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, what's real is what's real. Let's keep it moving. Heather Ellis of Kennett, Missouri has quite a story to tell. It all started nearly 3 years ago at a local Walmart. Ellis was shopping in the store with a cousin, and the two temporarily parted ways to find the shortest line. Seeing that the other line was moving faster, Ellis went to get in line with her cousin. She was accused of cutting line by a store employee who then notified the security guard, who is, by the way, an off duty police officer in Kennett. According to Ellis, she was shoved by another customer, had her items pushed to the side, and was shortchanged when she finally checked out. The police affidavit states that Ellis was belligerent, loud, abusive, and cursing when she was told to leave the store by the assistant manager. Ellis's aunt, Lily Blackman, received a frantic call from her son and claims that when she arrived, her niece's head was being, it says daughters on the site, but this is her aunt. Her niece's head was being repeatedly banged against the police car, as she told officers that she wasn't resisting arrest. Blackman, who was a probation officer in the town for 11 years, asked the officers why her niece was getting such rough treatment. I said, "What is going on?" And all the officer could say was, "She cursed." Ellis was charged with disturbing the peace, trespassing, resisting arrest, and 2 counts of assaulting a police officer. She was then offered a plea deal by Duncan County prosecutor Stephen Sokoloff. The prosecutor offered to drop the felony counts to one misdemeanor of disturbing the peace, as long as Ellis signed the plea deal. Her aunt claims that the deal was offered so their family wouldn't file a lawsuit. Ellis refused to take the plea deal, claiming that she wasn't willing to admit to something she didn't do. However, 11 months later, the misdemeanor counts were dropped, which seemed to be good news. The good news, though, was replaced with something even more disturbing. It turned out that the misdemeanor counts had been replaced by felonies. Ellis now faces 15 years in prison if convicted. When her aunt went to Prosecutor Sokoloff to find out what happened, he allegedly told her, "Mrs. Ellis, when you get through, I don't care what you say. You may as well take my way out. My way was the plea bargain. If you don't take that way, I can assure you, you will never win in here." Ellis claims that her pending convictions have cost her 2 jobs and the chance to enter medical school, but she still refuses to sign the plea deal. Racism recently entered the story when Ellis was handed KKK cards from a Kennett police officer warning her about her actions. The card states, and if you go online and look up the story, you'll see the card. The card states, "You've just been paid a social visit by the Ku Klux Klan. The next visit will not be social." I could stop there and I could preach for about 3 days. But let's talk about this. Um, where are the tapes from Walmart? This would clear everything up. And yet, we are having a very big debate about this. Because when did she, my thing is, first of all, when did she assault the officers? Because resisting arrest and assaulting an officer are two totally different things. So if I'm resisting arrest, you've arrested me, I am in cuffs, how could I have assaulted you? There are two of you, and there is one me. So somebody tell me, where are the tapes from Walmart? Because Walmart has security cameras on the inside and outside of the store. So again, I say, where are the tapes from Walmart? Why are we reduced to hearing this from the victim's angle and the angle of the prosecutor and hearsay? Like, why are we being reduced to hearsay? Where are the tapes? The tapes will tell the story. Now, I don't really care what the tapes reveal. If you could reduce 2 felony counts of assaulting an officer and these other slew of charges that I just read to 1 misdemeanor of disturbing the peace, it means one of two things to me, or either one of two things. The first is, if you could drop one, you could drop them all. If you could drop those felonies down to a misdemeanor, the case in itself could be thrown out. It absolutely could. It absolutely could. I don't even understand how the police got involved if Walmart has security. Granted, the security guard is an off-duty police officer, but Walmart security, they don't roll like that. They do not roll like that. Can I get a holler from somebody in Orangeburg who's been to Walmart when something has gone down, or any other Walmart? I mean, it's not like that. Depending on what it is. Now, if you go in there and you steal something, that's something totally different. But we are talking about an instance of line jumping. He's a line jumper. I just see the CC's commercial in my head right now. This is a case of line jumping. Are you telling me that this young lady's future, medical school, is in jeopardy? Jobs in jeopardy because this case has hit the wind and people think that she's a belligerent, peace disturbing cop beater? Come on. Come on. Let me also jump right in here and put this out. Kennett, Missouri has a 9%, one number, single digit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9% African American population. Is the rabbit hole getting a little deeper for you now? Now, every case that comes up that involves black people and white people is not racially charged. I don't want you to be ignorant enough to think that. But this right here, okay. So, where are the tapes? I have to stay here. Where are the tapes? Because this is a quite elaborate story. Please check it out. I want you to search Heather Ellis so that you can get the background of the story. I want you to see the way that this girl's aunt, who saw her niece getting back, she couldn't even hardly talk about it. This isn't the girl's mama. This is the aunt, who is the mother of the cousin that she was at the store with, who became so emotional when she talked about when she finally got to Walmart, what she saw and how her niece was treated. Where are the tapes? I haven't heard anybody say that it wasn't true that they bashed her up against bashed her head up against the car. Why was that necessary? She is restrained. There are 2 of you. She's crying and saying, I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. Stop. Where are the tapes? Stop playing with me. 15 years for cutting the line out of Walmart. I will slap you 81 times and tell your mama I did it. What do you mean? This is absolutely outrageous. Where are the revolutionaries? Where are they? Because somebody needs to do this, needs to be handled. I hit the ACLU up on MySpace, 2 of the offices, just to find out, what can we do about the Heather Ellis case? I haven't gotten a response yet, but luckily when I went and searched the story further, I found the SaveHeatherEllis.com website. And I'm sure the ACLU is on top of this. I would definitely hope so, because all I did was cut line. 15 years for cutting line. And you shortchanged me? Oh, no, wait a minute. Now, you about to try to give me 15 years. Who pressed the charges? Are the charges coming from Walmart? Or are they coming from the city of Kennett, the state of Missouri? Like, who filed the charges? This is what I need to know. Because this story is entirely too sketchy. Now, I think I said that it means one of 2 things. As far as the dropping of the charges. The first being that if you could drop one, you could drop them all. But if you're dropping it that much, it could also mean that, you didn't have a case. You didn't have a case for those other stories. All she did was disturb a little bit of the peace. And sometimes you need your peace disturbed. Because this is ridiculous. How many of us have not cut line? Or met someone in line that we were previously in line with? Because we went to go check and see, let me see if this line. Now, maybe what she should have done is left her stuff there with her cousin. Right? But it just depends on how long the line was. You got your stuff, I got my stuff. I'm going to take my stuff just in case our line is short. So I don't get it. Now, maybe a little no trespassing violation. How was she trespassing at Walmart? Now, maybe if it was the day after the event and they had told her, don't come back here anymore, then that's trespassing. Where are my criminal justice people? You all educate me, because this case has truly thrown me for a loop. Where are the tapes? I'm not going to be satisfied with a verdict, a hearing, or anything until those Walmart security tapes